there, scrappy peeps. This is Lisa from the Cherry on Top. Today's video, I'm just simply putting together a quick tutorial on how to print out our new collection from the Cherry on Top and made by Kenji called dun 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 my Muse. It's pretty radical, dudes. I want to show you how you can open it up and print it out. At least this is how I do it in my programs on Macintosh. I'm going to go to my Finder and left click. And then you would have downloaded it, and you would normally find this in your downloads. You might have to open a zip file. This is a zip file. You might have to open that up too to get at it. We're providing the printouts, especially the elements, we're providing them in JPEG or JPG format as well as PNG. I call it JPEG and PNG. JPEG and PNG formats. Those are what we are providing you with the embellishments. Here you can see what the papers look like, and those are JPG format as well. I'm just going to show you quickly how to do this. I also have a step-by-step on the blog with photographs. I think I learned easier that way, so I'm going to have that on the blog too next week on Tuesday for our Tuesday blog. Okay, so what I do, I right-click on the thingy I want to open. In this case, it's the JPEG version, and I'm going to click on Open With Preview, and that's a left click. And there it is. Oh, so cute and so fun. And then we're going to go to File and left click and scroll all the way down to Print. Left click. This is so easy, right? Oh my goodness, how easy. And I could just hit Print if I wanted it, exactly as is. I do highly recommend that you use a paper with a little bit of gloss or a glossy paper. From my printing experience, it always comes out so much better when you use printy or gloss, especially photos, of course, very important. What I've noticed is it's a lot more dull. The colors are not as bright and sharp as they can be when you use glossy paper. Also keep in mind it probably needs a little more time to dry if you're going to use glossy paper. So print and be patient. They say that you should even wait 24 hours before you use your printables. I don't know if I have the patience. Okay, anyway, let me continue. Sorry about that. Sidebar there. With this program, I can choose, and I always do. See here it says preview. I'm going to left click, and I'm going to go to the print settings and left click, and then look at all of these choices. Oh la la. My paper is fairly plain, but I'm going to click here anyway and show you. Look, you can choose thin paper, thicker paper, recycled, glossy. Oh. You can choose these things, which is great. My paper is just slightly glossy, not too much. And then I'm always choosing for my printables that I want to scrapbook and use. I always go to Fine. I don't use the normal print setting. The difference is very subtle, but there's definitely a difference. So if you care and you want the best quality printable, sometimes people get printables and they might complain that the quality is not good, but you could see here on my image the quality is really good. We save everything at 300 dpi, and yeah, that's the highest that I can save in my Photoshop elements. And I save my JPEG versions or JPG format. I save those on the highest setting, which in Photoshop Elements is 12. So I can't make a more quality product than what I'm putting in the shop. So if you feel like your printables aren't coming out so great, it could be your printer. I must say my printer, I have a brother, and my printer does not print out the best. We did quite some research, and my husband thought that this would be the best one for my scrapbooking printables, but I'm not pleased with it. My thicker papers get stuck in there, and it leaves like little splatters of black ink, and I find that all my stuff comes out just a tad bit dull even with good paper. So oftentimes it could be you're not choosing the right printer settings, you're not using the right paper for the project. There's lots of things to consider in order to get the optimal result of printing. So make sure you check all that before you go complaining to a designer about the quality of your downloads. And then look at, you hit print, and that's it. And you'll probably be able to hear it come printing out. I'm hoping that with the PNG formats that we're offering, you'll be able to put them through some of today's cutting machines. Because I'm looking at this lady right here. I'm a fussy cutter. I like fussy cutting. I do not have a fancy machine. I'm looking at this chickie here. I'm thinking, that's going to be a hard one to cut out. And if you really care about that, you can try to fussy cut. I would probably leave, if I was going to try to cut it, I'd probably leave it like a sticker and cut just around the outside, you know, like this. Like leave a neat white sticker edge. That's an option. Another thing you can do is just cut a square. You know, like the radio with all having to cut all this out. That might be tricksy too. Just if you're going to do it by hand, you know, like I will, just cut a square out like this. And for the radio as well, you could just cut it in a square. And that's just some ideas. All the rest I think will be fairly easy to even just cut with your hands and a good sharp scissor. Okay, that's it for today. I hope this is helpful, and I surely hope you check out our My Muse collection in our creative design studio at Etsy. Thanks so much for checking out the cherry. Happy scrapping!